Hey everybody, Ham here, coming at you with another video. Chop chop. Just took a shower. I was gonna take one tomorrow morning, but I had have a little bit of a busy morning tomorrow. Get my kid ready for school. I have a meeting in the morning, but I also have a friend stopping by to pick up the sandwiches that I made for his organization. I volunteer and help out with a buddy of mine. He created this non-for-profit called the Peanut Butter and Jelly Movement. So essentially what we do is we get bread from local baker. Sorry, I'm scratching my leg. Now my camera's shaking. Okay. We get donated local bread from a local bakery. We try to get donations through a GoFundMe, but also at his job, people were incredibly generous and donated like 400 jars of peanut butter and jelly, like craziness, because they heard about what he was doing. So we are not at a loss for supplies at the moment, which is nice. But we try to do other things when we can, like cold cuts, peanut butter and jelly, you know that. I've done like baked beans and barbecue sandwiches, you know, whatever's like not as perishable or can last a little bit. It's hard, but sometimes like I got a real big donation from a buddy of mine who's is a private chef, so he had a lot of leftovers around the holidays, and I like fried clams, I made po' boys, I made roast beef sandwiches, like totally knocked it out of the park, and it was awesome. We give them water, supplies, socks, things like that, and okay, so we make these sandwiches, usually just peanut butter and jelly, water, bananas, things like that, socks, maybe like toothpaste, whatever we can get our hands on. And he goes out into Manhattan in New York City and hands them out to homeless people. So essentially we're feeding the homeless. I know a lot of people do things like that, but this is just something that we're doing, and it's something he started and he's been doing for a while. And I was so lucky and excited to get involved because I love doing charity work and things like that. So yeah, so he's coming, my buddy with the Peanut Butter and Jelly Movement is coming by tomorrow morning to pick up some sandwiches because he's going to go into Manhattan and hand them out to people. Awesome thing that we do. So glad he started it. So yeah, so today my video is going to be about community service and charity and things like that. And it doesn't take a lot out of you, and honestly, it gives me more energy to do things like that. Like, I've been doing charity and community service now since I'm about like 16 years old. I mean, I've done things when I was younger, like bits and whatever, you know, I was able to as a kid. But actually donating my time and traveling places and putting my own money into things, I've been doing since I was like a teenager. So yeah, so for like 16, 17 years, I've been doing different things with different organizations. And honestly, to me, when you're not gaining monetary value for something that you're doing and you don't have a boss breathing down your neck, it almost makes you want to work harder, especially when you know it's for a good cause. And like I said, I did that charity event yesterday for my Tinker Garden, but you know, I put money into that. I bought candy, ice pops, and I gave them out to kids. But really, I was just giving my time. Like, I was talking to people and, you know, asking kids, what's your favorite thing to do outside? You know, just making people think. So some of the things I've been involved with was when I was younger, the first thing I ever did was also sandwich making. And it was actually through my local church. And it was called Sandwich Society. And we would make sandwiches for different, like, homeless shelters and things like that. Different cold cut sandwiches. Not so much peanut butter and jelly, and they would get delivered to these different homeless shelters. Then I got involved with, see, I put it on my resume. Like, I honestly, like, don't even want to make this video because I feel like people are going to think I'm bragging, which I'm definitely not. And it's like, it's hard for me to even talk about because I'm so humbled about it all. I don't like to blast it. I never really blast it on social media unless I'm trying to get donations of some kind. But it's never like, look at me. But even so, people who do that, it's not really a bad thing. People want to blast people for like, well, if you're going to do charity, that the second you start to talk about it, you're not doing anything good anymore. No, you're still doing something good, and now you're making people think, and you're getting that word out there, and you're giving people ideas. So in any respect, there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. So so now I'm trying to think of the different things that I've done. I volunteered for 6 months at a children's psychiatric hospital, which was rough, but it was cool. And I was with really little kids, 5 to 12 years old, and that was rough, but it was amazing. I would do it for 4 hours a day, twice a week. Again, that other sandwich thing, I volunteered for this organization out of Manhattan called Life Beat, and it's an AIDS organization, and you give out basically bringing awareness to people about HIV and STDs and AIDS and how to prevent contracting things like that. And we would go to, it was actually kind of cool. We would get to go to free concerts, and honestly, like, I never felt compelled to stay and watch the show, because to me it was like I didn't need to be rewarded for what I was doing. And I would pay my own money to get my way into the city and all that kind of stuff. And we would hand out condoms, free literature, and information about AIDS prevention and STD prevention. Actually, I stayed twice for shows. I would usually just do my thing and leave. And yeah, that was a really cool, I did that one for a really long time. That was like one of the longest things I've done. And now I'm working for Peanut Butter and Jelly, well, volunteering for Peanut Butter and Jelly Movement, and I've done some other things as well. I'm just slipping my mind at the moment. I've gone around and cleaned up garbage on the side of the road just because. And actually, a buddy of mine caught me. It was pretty funny. He texted me, "Are you on the side of the road cleaning up garbage? Go, girl. Good for you. That's what I want to see." It was pretty funny. But yeah, so essentially, it doesn't take anything out of you. And, today I wasn't feeling well. So I kind of sat on my phone all day playing games, apps and bullshit that I never used to do. But now it's like, I notice if you download free apps and you're playing a game, and oh my God, you run out of diamonds, there's ways to get free diamonds or free coins. But it makes you download other games, play it to a certain level, and then that game will get you more coins and diamonds. So essentially now I have like 20 apps just to get free diamonds for other games. It's like a cycle. Eventually I'll just delete everything. But right now I'm in a whirlwind of diamonds and coins. They get you. They really do. And I'm gotten. So yeah, I was doing that, and then I realized, wait, I gotta make a bunch of sandwiches for tomorrow. So I'm like, all right, I got my ass up, and I did that. Parents are walking around being really loud, and they're kind of nosy. I feel like they're listening. Anyway, I'm so private with things. Oh my God. Like I said, the fact that I'm even doing this vlog right now. Right? I said it right? Vlog. Vlog. Who am I? Anyway, so not only are you doing something incredibly giving and caring, and you're putting love into the air and love into the atmosphere, and the universe is opening up and absorbing all that, and your karma's growing, and you're feeling really good about yourself because you did something good. Think of what you're doing for other people. I mean, there was a time in my life where I was really poor, and I mean like dirt poor, like dirt under your toenails, poor. And it was right after I had my kid. And it was scary. It was like scrounging up coins just to get a $1 cheeseburger at like a local fast food restaurant just to eat for the day. But making sure the baby was fed, getting free formula from WIC, and having to, go on public assistance and things like that, which that's what it's for. Sometimes people just are down on their luck, and I see nothing wrong with, after you've been there, you realize, like, wow, that's what this is for. And you'll be thanking God or whatever the hell you believe in that it's there for when you need it. That's what it's there for. There's nothing wrong with food stamps, WIC. They're amazing organizations. And the fact that everyone's in debt from student loans and can't get a job. And now it's like this cycle of like money and no one's being taken care of. I mean, I bet a lot of you saying like, you moocha. Like, no, people aren't mooching. If you're not put on the right path at 100%, you're gonna, like, people are struggling. All my friends, people with college degree. I've 2 college degrees and I'm struggling. Single mom. It's like I have to find a job that works with the hours of my kid's father. Daycare is expensive. We don't make a lot of money. Rent the area that I live is like disgusting. It's like you might as well freaking throw me in a river. It's like ridiculous. So, these things happen and sometimes you need to ask for help and you shouldn't feel ashamed of it. And what people don't realize is things like food stamps, it's for the kids. Like, if you have kids, like, okay, your 3 kids don't have, and like people say, oh, drug addicts, da da da. Yeah, but if they have kids and the government is allowing them to keep those kids, those babies don't have 10 years for mom to kick the crack habit. They need to eat now. And food stamps is for food. You can't even buy tinfoil. You know what I mean? So at least those kids are getting fed, is what I'm saying. Sometimes you can't fix the problem 100%. You just have to work with what you got. Sorry, video got cut off. So basically what I'm saying is, as human beings on this earth, as people who maybe are more privileged, or not, even if you're not, it is so important to give back to your community, the place that you live, the place that you love, and say, oh, this, everyone root for the home team. But how about let's take care of the home team, and everybody around you. You look at other countries and they're happy, they're happy for a reason. Because they help each other. Not every country, but you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that claim to be the happiest in the world. All I hear is people screaming outside and it's so distracting. I want to die. Okay. So yeah, not doing things that don't involve monetary gain are so important for just your well-being, for your own mind, your community, obviously. Oh my God, the screaming. I can't even handle it. So anyway, losing point of this conversation is, if you haven't tried before to do stuff for your community, give it a shot. Find something to do. Every church has things to do, even if you're not religious. I didn't say I was religious necessarily. Churches usually have those things going. Schools sometimes. Or just ask if there's someone who's elderly in your community that needs help with something. It doesn't take much out of you. And honestly, you're doing more for that person than money could ever do sometimes. And feeding people is a big one. So if there's a way that you could feed people or clean up the environment, it's a huge step in the right direction. So try to make those moves for yourself. It'll make you feel good. Make that your hobby. That's honestly my hobby. What is my hobby? Nothing. I do community service. I do jujitsu. Those are my 2 biggest hobbies. So with that said, I see this video getting long. Be well, be happy, be healthy. You're looking good today. And try to give back. It really feels good. It feels so much better than having a boss breathing down your neck. You know what I'm saying? I'm totally over time. Love you. Bye.